So we're heading back towards Gerard Gap, where we're going to continue off our trail and head towards Neil's Gap. I believe that's roughly 5.2 miles, but the issue is you got to go over up and down Blood Mountain. And as you all know, my challenge with the ups, gravity helps me with the downs. Thank Mr. Sir Isaac Newton, very kind of you. So yeah, let's see how we make out today. Well, the most valuable player when it comes to my equipment actually goes, believe it or not, to my trekking poles. I'm convinced without them I would have stumbled a few times and definitely twisted my ankle. Never really thought much of them until this hike, first time I've really used them, and every day I'm learning a little bit more about the best way to use them. But basically, make a tripod, make sure that you've got 3 points of contact on the ground instead of 2. And at that point, when you do trip or do start falling, you obviously have some leverage. Wonderful idea. And I can't imagine hiking this trail without them. Well, we're about a quarter of a mile from a water source, which is where we'll fill up both water bottles before we have to try to scale our friend, the Blood Mountain. And I think definitely need 2 liters of water to do that. So as I'm climbing up Blood Mountain and feeling sorry for myself, I bump into a guy. He's got more or less the same stature as I do. Big old smile on his face, who's actually getting water as well. And so I said, hey, what's your trail name, man? You going north? He goes, yeah, we're doing the through hike. And I said, what's your trail name? He goes, they call me 5-0. So I said, oh, were you in Hawaii? I mean, law enforcement, what's your dealio? And he goes, no, nothing to do with that. I got the name on the trail. He goes, my friends gave it to me. I'm hiking with a few friends. And essentially, when we're climbing hills, I walk 5-0 steps, and then I need to take about a 5-minute break. And hence my trail name, 5-0. You gotta love it. Hey guy, bumped into 5-0. He's on his way up to Blood Mountain as well. Did you top up with water here, 5-0?
No, I
or?
did back at Hall's cabin.
Okay, awesome.
Hall's cabin, yeah.
I'm topping up here, and hopefully we'll meet each other at Neil's Gap. Take care. It's just a little stream trickling down. This is actually called Slaughter Creek. Apropos name for a creek that comes down from Blood Mountain. And I managed to get myself about 2 liters of water. And currently, over here, I've got my little setup for filtering that water. Love it. Whew, well, I'm catching my breath and procrastinating about finishing the last little climb of Blood Mountain. I just remembered I've got these electrolytes I need to add to the water. I met a guy of Trail Magic a couple of days ago, and he's a big guy. And I asked him what challenges he had on his through hike, and he said, well, you don't realize it, but you're drinking a heck of a lot more water than you used to, number one. And number 2, you're sweating quite a bit, so you're losing a lot of electrolytes. You're either peeing them out or you're sweating them out. And so he was kind enough to give me a bunch of these, so I'll give it a go. Hey guys, got Low Tide here. We met a couple of nights at the hostel, and he is just finishing his last trek to Neil's Gap, or from Neil's Gap in this case, and hopefully we'll meet up tomorrow. So anything to say there?
Yep, Low Tide on the Appalachian Trail is one of the best parts of the Slack Pack and South is you get to see so many familiar faces. I'm loving it. As hard as it can be, I'm loving it.
Awesome. So Low Tide and I'm going to catch some lobster in Maine. That's the game plan. It's on me, Low Tide.
I'll get the drinks.
All right, I love it. Good afternoon, Appalachian through hikers. We made it to the top of Blood Mountain. Here is the Blood Mountain Shelter, and I have not really seen the views yet, so let's have a look-see together and see what's going on. My understanding is the shelter is not the prettiest thing, but let's go have a look-see and explore. Looks like signing logs there. Yep, shelter log. And it gets pretty windy up here, so I'm sure this is a really nice place to stay if you need to. It's actually not as bad as I heard. There were a lot of rumors that it was pretty stinky and a pretty disgusting place, but I gotta say, it smells okay to me. It looks pretty cool. And then we got out here. Apparently there's some spectacular views, so let's see if we can go check out the views of Blood Mountain. And I assume it's this way. Tell you I'm white though. It was a nice little climb today. Let's have a look-see. That is gorgeous. Check out those mountains in the background. It's just gorgeous. I just met another hiker. He goes by the name of Lightweight. He did a trip last year, slack packing all the way up to New Hampshire and had to stop due to an injury. He's attempting to hike it again this year. And he'll likely slack pack it, he told me, again this year. His challenge is that he's a lightweight. He'd rather sleep in bed every night than sleep in a tent, so more power to him. But good luck to him on his journey. Real nice gentleman. We talked a little bit about the hike, the challenges, and he also has AFib, so it was kind of interesting to see how he's dealing with it. He's not in it right now, but it's definitely a concern of his. So I told him it's not going to kill you. You can just push through, and if you pass out, you pass out. But that's kind of the only real bad side effect. But that's where we are, and loving this. And I like to say, Blood Mountain, you tried to stop me. You did, but guess what? We took you down. Take care, all. Well, a couple of fun facts. Blood Mountain is the highest peak in Georgia along the Appalachians. Also, Blood Mountain got its name, many historians believe, from a battle, an epic battle between a couple of Indian tribes. And that also explained why we had Slaughter Creek, which is where we filled up with water a couple miles ago. And others believe that it actually comes from the flowering of the Catawba rhododendron, which we see lots of as you hike around here. So who knows the truth, but those are two plausible theories. So we're about to start heading down to Neil's Gap from Blood Mountain. A few people have told me to be careful because we're so used to looking for the markings on the trees, and because these are tiny little trees, given the elevation we're at, there are no markings, and often people get lost. And so what they've done essentially is they've done the markings on the ground, just like that. So also I've been told that probably want to put your phone away, and it's a scramble down. Have two hands available for the trip down. So we'll see how that goes. But as I walk out here, it's an absolutely beautiful view. Let's go check it out. Well, climbing down the other side of Blood Mountain was interesting. It was not easy to say the least, but I'm coming down now, and as I come down, I hear traffic and stuff, so I must be getting close to Neil's Gap. That was my milestone for today. So happy with my progress, and I have to say I'm tired, but good news is I'm still moving forward, so cooking with gas. Iconic Neil's Gap. I'm pretty happy to make it here.